Pulp Secret is brought to you by Zune Art's new graphic novel, The Lost Ones. Hey guys, welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
And Pete is not here this week. That's nice.
Finally.
We can finally relax and have a show.
Yeah,
Pete is, of course, upstate getting some work done. We don't
Plastic
want to say what it
surgery.
is, but yeah.
Oh, I said plastic surgery. Whoops.
So that's happening. Anyway.
He's getting little horns put in. Finally. He loves body work.
Yeah, so that should be pretty cool. What are we going to talk about today, Justin? We're going to talk about 3 comic books.
Yeah, great.
Batman 678, The Walking Dead number 50, and Cable number 5. Also, we're going to have a speed round for you guys, some news about Zune Arts, and the biggest news of all, we are going to announce live on the show.
Live. This is happening
this is
now.
Happening right now
We're in
while
the
you're watching
studio.
it. Even if you're watching it again, we're just continually doing it.
It happens
We're
over
going
and
to
over
announce the winners of Project Rooftop's Man of Style contest. So let's get into the show. Let's not
get
waste
into
any
it,
more time. Batman 678, continuing the Batman RIP arc from Grant Morrison. This is crazy.
It's nuts. Every time I open the issue, I'm like, this is the one that's going to start to make sense. Definitely. And then after this one, I was like, it's even crazier.
I mean, the thing about it that's so tough, and I feel like this is a lot of the criticism that's being levied at Final Crisis as well as this, is that it's understandable what he's doing. Like when we say it's crazy, it's not like it's crazy mutterings that have no connection to each other. They totally have connection to each other.
Yeah.
And you can follow the story. But I have no idea where he's going, and I think for the first time with Grant Morrison, I'm like, I kind of don't care.
Yeah, it's one step removed from getting it. Like, I know there's a good story there, but it's like, it's just out of my grasp as the reader, which, and I don't think I'm an idiot, but, I opened the door to a lot of criticism there. But I just really think that the storytelling needs to be smoothed out and kind of grounded a little bit more. And they reference a lot of older Batman stories that your average reader has no understanding of.
And also, Robin is eating a lot of stuff. That's
He's
another thing
very
that's
hungry.
going on. Yeah,
he is a growing boy.
Well, he is. He's got to get big enough to become Batman.
Yeah.
That's not what's happening. But anyway, would you say picking this up?
I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I'm actually really fading over the course of this run on it, which is really weird. But I don't know. I guess I'll stick with it. We'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll be this last issue like, oh, I get why Batman is crazy and addicted to heroin now. That totally makes sense. Let's move on and talk about The Walking Dead number 50. What do you think of this issue?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot building up to this big milestone, especially for such a small, started such a small independent comic. And not a lot happens in this issue, but I like where it's going. It's really changing the whole pace of the series. It's nothing like what's come before. Carl is in some trouble. Rick's son, Carl.
That's a good way of putting it. I like this issue a lot. I think it's a lot of recentering for the series more than anything. I think the interesting thing that's been happening lately is it used to be that you had the 25th issue or the 50th issue. That's where everything was building to.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'd say like 3 or 4 years ago, it started to switch over to these milestone issues aren't the end of a storyline, they're beginning of a storyline.
Right.
And this is really recentering it around the sun. It's a character piece, which I think Kirkman does so well. And I really enjoyed this issue a lot.
And Carl was really the only character in the book that said anything or anything happened to. Yeah. So it was it was a solo issue. He went through a lot emotionally, which I thought was crazy. But I felt like he earned it just over the course of, this kid's grown up in a world of only zombies. So
that's the thing that I thought was the best about it, is really showing us what a world like this would do to a person. Yeah. Specifically a child, and how they would have to grow up quickly, what they would think about death, what they would think about dying, and how their views would change on it. And I thought that was really interesting and really emphasized the underlying themes of the series.
Definitely. What was so cool, having him be like, it's okay, you can die now. I'm cool. Yeah. And I was like, that's a bold thing for someone to say. Yeah. I mean, I've said that about Pete.
No. We killed Pete just to watch him die. Yeah.
I mean... plastic surgery. That's why he's going to look different. A different person.
Let's talk about Cable number 5. Here, let's switch for a second.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was awesome. There are these big guns and a guy shooting.
Is that how I sound? Is that how you're doing
that's Pete.
Oh, yeah, that's Pete. I've already forgotten it for the replacement.
Cool. Yeah, it's good.
Nice. That's exactly how you usually review something.
What'd you think?
And I'm like this.
We know each other.
Yeah.
I actually really like the series a lot. It's weird because I complain a lot about comic books that don't have a lot going on, where people are paying a certain amount of money for however many pages, whether it's 22 to 32, whatever it is.
Right.
This series has mostly been big panels, not a lot of words, big guns, and that's pretty much it. And I normally don't like that sort of thing, but I think it's very engaging. The character of Cable is very engaging.
Yeah.
The way they're dealing with it is very engaging, and the art is Ariel Olivetti. I always get this wrong. The art is very, very unique and extremely well rendered.
What I think why it's a success is it's so otherworldly. It's a future where it looks so different, and it's such a different feeling that you're like, okay, I can get on board with this. I want there to be something happening. I mean, over the whole first 5 issues, it's been Bishop chasing Cable, getting him, and then he gets away. And I'm ready to be done with that. I want to see something else
I think we are done with that. I mean, this issue sets up a new status quo for the series, and there's a little throw to Terminator and Terminator 2 in there, of course, in terms of the road, and we don't know where we're going, etc. Yeah. Very standard time travel type thing. But I do think it's weird to see where they go.
I do think it's weird in that Cable, not to spoil too much, but the Cable gets away because he realizes he can travel into the future only and not the past.
I was like, a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina. So.
Really, you can't travel to the past, but the future.
Yeah, I know. And how did he realize that?
Yeah,
exactly. He was like, oh yeah, I can do this thing. So it's a little bit of an author trick, but again, I'm really enjoying this series a lot more than I thought I would, which is great.
Agreed. Love the baby stuff.
Yes. Oh, he's so tiny.
I love
very
the tiny
thing
baby.
With the metal thing on his chest where he's like, I got this baby and I'm going to protect it.
And I love he gave the baby little eye holes to keep what's going on. I'm just so small.
Maybe that's why I like the series, because it's got a cute little baby.
I could wear you on my chest if we want. We could go around the city.
Oh, that'd be great. Could I get eye holes?
Of course.
Great. All right, after the break, we are going to have a bunch of stuff for you, including a speed round, and we're going to be announcing the winners of Project Rooftops contest. So stay tuned.
Zune Arts presents a graphic novel from Steve Niles, author of 30 Days of Night. Featuring the artwork of Dr. Revolt, Morning Breath, Kimmy Buzelli, Gary Panter. One epic story told by 5 groundbreaking artists. The Lost Ones. Read it now at zunearts.net.
No, I'm just saying, like, if I wear a goatee, you could CGI me right next to myself, and that way I can play
cool.
Pete. It's easy.
You know what? I can go into back episodes and just cut it out in Photoshop.
He says the same thing. He says the same thing every time anyway.
Yeah, he's like, bring my goatee, guys.
That's why it was so pleasurable to murder him. Oh.
Time for a character spotlight from the new graphic novel, The Lost Ones, which you can download for free right now from the Zune Arts website at zunearts.net/lost.
So let's start things off with Rashid, which is one of the 4 time space travelers in the book.
Yeah. He's not really the leader of the group, per se.
Yeah, I mean, he's there kind of to joke around a little bit. He's the happiest when he's in the jetpack. Like, I think, and that's a huge role to play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in any group, the person in the jetpack is the most important.
Yeah, the wisecracking.
And I think he's also the only one who both screams and cries, which is kind of exciting.
I know.
Yeah,
I play that role on this show. And then there's the secret love affair that is not so secret as you read the book, but I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, no spoilers,
We will not spoil.
No. I like seeing different artists taking on the characters. I thought that was actually kind of cool.
Well, you don't see that in a lot of comic books, the progression of different artists over the course of one arc or story.
Right. Well, just me. I mean, I basically, I rip out most of the rest of the pages after the first page of a book, and then I do it my own way.
Yeah, nice. Wow. What a great way to explore art. I burn museums down and then redraw things. Oh God, that's a big admission. I'm a museum arsonist.
Okay, it is time for a speed round, so Justin, kick it off.
Sure. Amazing Spider-Man number 564. This is a standalone issue, the first from the Brain Trust, the Spidey Brain Trust, and I thought it was a little disjointed. One of the weaker issues they've done so far, so I would say let this one go and pick
Let
up the
it
next
lie.
one. Yeah,
Let
let it lie.
sleeping dogs lie.
Let it lie. I ain't no dog.
You know what we say? Wake up the dogs or let sleeping dogs lie. Or ain't no dog. That's what we say on the show.
Ain't no
Angel,
dog.
After the Fall, number 10. Definitely wake the dogs about this issue. This series is great. Issue after issue, they keep revealing gigantic stuff, and I love it.
My dogs are barking for Manhunter number 32. Alex turned me on to this series, and it's a great read. Definitely pick it up.
Fables number 74. This is weird. The way they are dealing with this is the biggest thing that's ever happened in Fables is happening right now. And Willingham is dealing with it in a very interesting, completely different way than you think he would be. Those of you who read the series know what I'm talking about. Those who aren't, read the series. Get to your doghouse right now and pick it up.
And while you're in there, lock the door, because you got to read House of Mystery number 3. This is a great series. If you're not reading it, pick it up. Fans of Sandman and The Dreaming, this is in the same vein. Get it.
It's in the same doghouse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We're in the
well.
doghouse.
All right,
producer?
It is time to get to the winners of Project Rooftop's Man of Style contest. This was judged on. Yo, they totally got judged.
Prepare to be judged on.
By Mark Waid, of course, which is very cool, as well as the regular Project Rooftop people. There were a ton of awesome contributions to the contest, which is very cool. We're going to go over some of them, but without further delay, we'll go through the winners and talk about each of those a little bit. First of all, third prize winner of a Superman 676 signed by Vito is Ari Bastermagian over here. So let's talk about this little piece of art.
I like this one a lot. It's very sleek. I love adding black to the Superman costume, harkening back to kind of the old Superman costume.
The thing that I think is particularly cool about this one is it includes elements from a bunch of different Supermans.
Yeah.
You know, you have an S that's reminiscent of Kingdom Come. As you were saying, you kind of have the Batman Beyond colors going on there. And you have that neat neck thing that does absolutely nothing.
That would be uncomfortable to wear, but it looks great.
Yeah, it looks really
That's
great.
That's why I'm big into Dickies.
Congratulations, Avi. You have won third prize. We are going to move on to second prize, which is...
Is that a sound effect or is that your voice?
No, that's actually me. And this person has won a Justice League animated Superman mini maquette and a signed copy of Superman 676. It is Kyle Latino. Yay, Kyle. So, what do you like about this?
I love it. Very old-timey, and I love old-timey things. I love Superman wears a little coat. He's very maybe chilly up in the Fortress of Solitude. I think that's actually kind of cool.
I really like that. I mean, clearly he's using the face, the Action Comics face, which is really nice in here. I love... You know I'm a fan of scarves that are waving in the wind.
You're big
for
into
no
that.
particular reason, but I really like that a lot. And I like the fact that he's just wearing a t-shirt. I think that's cool. You know, a lot of the time, people make fun of Wonder Girl's costume because it's just a t-shirt and jeans. But then they made a really nice joke about it in Tiny Titans, if you remember, where they're like, oh, this is really comfortable. So good job, Kyle. And of course, the number one, the grand prize, Superman... You're going to win a Superman number 14 statue, Superman Birthright trade paperback signed by writer Mark Waid, and Superman 676 signed by Vito Del Sante, who wrote the issue. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Ming Doyle!
Oh!
Hey, congratulations, Ming Doyle. Drawing, of course, Supergirl, Superman, and Superboy.
Great to include all three characters here. I mean, they are the Superman family, so of course they're all going to have kind of the same elements.
It's very, very cool. The thing that I think is great about this, when you think about Superman redesign, I mean, why are you redesigning Superman? It's such a great, iconic costume to begin with. This includes the alien elements of Superman.
It's very Kryptonian, the long cloak kind of thing.
That's what I think is very cool about it, is really harking back to that origin and giving a reason for, like, well, why is he dressed like this? Why is he in these types?
And I think the reason this was especially chosen as the winner is because he even changed the logo, and it works, though, because it's not even an S anymore, but it seems very alien, but still... design-wise, looks enough like the S to get to
and if
by.
anything, I think he should probably win for his design of Supergirl, which actually, probably for the first time ever, makes the costume work, which is really cool.
Yeah, the short cape has never worked for you.
No,
Tiny
she's
capelet.
like, she has a cape that's, her skirt ends here.
That's what I think is attractive in a woman.
You're weird.
A high skirt.
Let's very quickly go through some of the other ones we liked before we go. You like this one?
Yes, I like this one a lot. You see Ma Kent sewing another old-timey costume, patches in the knees for little Clark. Delightful.
Yeah, and this one was actually very cool. This one by Fernando Lucas has Superman covered in crystals. The thing that I thought was actually cool about this is, again, harkens back to Superman's origins, the crystals, the whole Kryptonian thing, and gives him a protective suit that makes sense. Also, it makes the S work. He gives a little explanation of that in terms of always reminding him of the exploding planet of Krypton.
I would like to see this as kind of a temporary thing, like they did Superman Blue and Red. This is something that could
People
be cool.
love that.
I shouldn't have brought that.
Yeah, probably not. Let's move on to this one. This one is awesome and hilarious. This is by Rosemary Travail. This is great.
Yeah, he looks like he works on a steamboat or something.
Well, it's cool. It's basically, this looks to me like, you know, it's a 1920s dock worker who's like, oh, I temporarily got some superpower.
I'm Superman.
He's an immigrant. Well, he looks like an immigrant mixed with Mario, mixed with I love the
It's me, a Superman.
Pretty much. And I love the worried-looking birds in the background. I think that's a really fun touch.
It's the hairy arms.
Last but not least, we're going to talk about Dean Tripp's design, which was totally ineligible for this.
Because it's his website.
Right. But he did, once again, a really, really cool, really awesome job with the redesign.
I love, all of his redesigns are very sleek. I love that. And,
absolutely.
This is no exception. And I love that, like we were talking about the black, I think the white really works for this one as well, giving him that kind of pure, this looks like a man that lives in ice.
Yes. I also like the fact that he's a little skinnier. I think that's cool. He looks more like a human being.
Keep the weight off, Superman.
Yeah, stop being so fat. You're fat,
God,
Superman.
Oh,
Superman.
I hate you when you're
fat. Anyway, there were plenty of other fantastic entries. Congratulations to all the winners, of course. Check them out at Project Rooftop. Also, if you have a question for us, you can call us at 888-841-7549 or write into tips at pulpsecret.com. Not that we murdered anybody. And you can upload your video response on YouTube or comment right here below. And if you're ever in New York City, come visit us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. at Coffee Book Club, our live show. All the details are on pulpsecret.com. We will see you guys next crime.
Ooh.
Peace never coming back.
We're going to be on the lam for several months.